Good morning. In this opportunity, we'll talk about our project of thesis that the title is Management Guidelines and Regulatory to Develop a Corporate Social Responsibility Program in Credit Bank of Peru, Chiclayo, 2013. The integrants are Recoba Piscoya, Carla Lucelia, and me, Díaz Salazar, Cintia Milagros. The content of our exposition are, like a first point, research problem. Second point, theoretical foundations. The third point, hypothesis, and the last, methodology. The topic to be investigated is related to the management of social responsibility in the financial institution Credit Bank of Peru, BCP, Chiclayo, 2013. Because these BCP programs are not structured on the basis of theories and rules of social responsibility allow to have a significant impact. In result, we have determined a problem that arises with the following questions.
Research problem. General problem is what will be the most common management guideline to support a social responsibility program in BCP. Other problem is what is the impact of the social responsibility program on BCP. Other problem is what will be the most common management guideline to strengthen the capacity of personnel involved in the social responsibility program in BCP.
Objectives. Like a general objective is determine the most appropriate management guideline to support a social responsibility program in BCP. Like a specific objective number 1 is determine the impact of the social responsibility program of BCP Chiclayo in 2030. The specific objective number 2 is determine the most appropriate management guideline to strengthen the capacity of staff involved in the social responsibility program of BCP. The point number 2 is theoretical foundations. Number 1 is implementation of ISO 26000. The national scope, we have Peruvian companies like Cementos Lima, Unión de Cervecerías Bacchus y Johnson, Kimberly-Clark, Peru. Like international scope, we have Aliarse. This is Alliance for Corporate Social Responsibility. And Agroindustrial North Mexico, Business Ethics Programs, and Programs Community Engagement. Continue with the theoretical foundation, we have Peruvian financial system. National scope. Some Peruvian financial companies as BCP, Interbank, BBVA, Scotiabank make corporate social responsibility. In international scope, according to Núñez 2003, another initiative is focused on the financial sector is Initiative United Nations Programs for Environment, established in 1992, with the objective of increasing the competitiveness of the financial sector and also promote good practice of these organizations. Base theoretic ISO 26000, according to Swedish Institute of Standardization 2010, it is a guide for social responsibility. Many organizations have implemented and improved the structure of social responsibility, increase awareness of social responsibility in business. Continue with the base theoretic, we have the pyramid theory, according with Schwalt and Malka 2011. We have 4 responsibilities. The first is economic responsibility. It's the base of the pyramid formed by the production of goods and services that consumers need. The second is legal responsibility. This social responsibility is about the law enforcement and certain state regulations. The third is ethical responsibility. This responsibility is to minimize damage to certain groups that relate to the company. The last is the philanthropic responsibility. Are those corporate actions that respond to the social expectation of good citizenship. It is not social responsibility. The base theoretic is the more continued improvement model by Valparaiso 2006. The first phase is plan. This phase is the most important and complex of the cycle because you have to plan all activities to be performed in the remaining phases. Plan social responsibility programs and training to social responsibility department. The second phase is execute. In this phase starts what is designed in the planning phase. It makes the implementation of the action plans with its own management control, implementation of social responsibility programs and staff training. The next phase is check. This phase verifies the results. We must compare the results with those identified. The last phase is set. Identify what needs to be corrected in the programs of social responsibility and what needs to be maintained, and there is a feedback.
Another base is systematic training model, according to Aguilar 2004. The model is very important because the training and staff development are important aspects and responsibility of the organization. Stage 1. Detect needs. 2. Define objectives. 3. Develop an according of programs. 4. Programs execution. 6. Evaluation. The third point. Hypothesis. The general hypothesis is if use the pyramid theory and ISO 26000 as management and regulatory guideline, then can support and program in BCP. Specific hypothesis. The number 1. If use and guideline ISO 26000 norm, then can you determine the impact of program in BCP? The second hypothesis is if use the systematic training model as management guideline, then can you raise the level of qualification of personnel involved in the program BCP. The third point, methodology, design. Research design is mixed as exploratory design and description simple design. Population. The population size is 10 words and 2 department heads, corporate social responsibility, and 30 small companies. Lambayeque, to which BCP tried to develop of this. They use non-probability sampling, intentional, and will be selected on the basis of knowledge and criteria research. Internationally, simple random probability sampling of selecting a sample of sites 15 small companies in a population 30 small companies, where each element has equal probability. Instruments: depth interview, and pool. Procedure: the pool. 1. First, ask permission to implement the instrument. 2. We will call for each one of the small companies. 3. Individual visits to each of the small companies to extract the relevant information. 4. Data collection surrounds each of the persons necessary for development of the analysis. 5. Development of the information tab. 6. Information is stripped for analysis. 7. Respective analysis will be made of the information obtained. Thank you.